sir. Yes, sir. We live, we back, man. Welcome back. Or just welcome if it's your first time here. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose. This is the Golden Goose DFS experience. We are the leaders in single entry, 3 max and 20 max content. But no matter your style of play, man, no matter if you're 150 max or head to head, whatever the case may be, this is one of the best spots you can be in. Trust me, you will not be sorry, man. And if you are, just take your subscription back. But going on over there, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on so you know when the videos and content drop. Also, do me one small favor, man. Hit that like button for your boy. It goes a long way to helping the channel grow. It's greatly appreciated. I appreciate you for tuning in. Remember, man, when you do good, you get good in return. All right? This is my third and goal slate analysis show where I get in here and give you 3 plays across the various positions and just try to give you my outlook on the slate and how we plan to try to attack it. So thank you for being here. This is where we at every Friday morning, all right? I don't like to hold you long. We're going to get right into it, all right? Now at the QB position, listen, I'm not going to give them to you in this video because I know you're probably tired of hearing about them, but Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels, man, just have them in your player pool. Trust me. Trust me on this. I know they're going to be high on. I know they're going to be chalky, but that game environment has the potential to be dynamite, man, and those are 2 good, solid QB plays. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to give you 3 guys I'm looking at in case you do fade them in certain spots and your GPPs and your lineups where you're getting away from them. I'm going to get away from them in a couple of my single entries. I will do that. I'm going to tell you right now. So I'm going to give you 3 guys I'm looking at outside of those 2, but definitely play those 2, man. Have them in your player pool, all right? First up, we're going to go to this Houston-Jacksonville game, and we're going to look at Mr. CJ Stroud, 7K. Listen, I know he hasn't had that big game this year, hasn't looked as crisp as he looked last season. That's one of the reasons I like him, man. They're going against this Jacksonville team who you just saw get destroyed. They're not looking good. This Houston game, this Houston team, like I said, they haven't had that game where the offense looked crisp and just looked explosive like it did last year. And I think they're looking for one of those type games, and we could get it here in this spot here, man. I think if CJ Stroud gets it going here against this Jags defense, they may let him cook a little bit, and he could potentially be looking at that 3-3 game here, 300 yards, 3 passing TDs, as this Houston Texas run game has not looked that solid since week 1 and Joe Mixon going out. Now, when you get into who you like to pair him with, I think it's very clear, man. Is waiting on this Nico Collins news. It's a lot of receivers with questionable tags right now. Should get clarified up. We should get a little more clarity later on in the day once we get the practice reports and see how everything go. But if Nico Collins is good to go, just sign me up. That's his number 1. And it looking like we're going to be without Tank Dell this week. So it's probably going to be Collins and Diggs, my number 1 pairing with CJ Stroud here. But I don't mind throwing some Schultz in there and some of your larger field stuff, especially if CJ Stroud picks up a little more ownership than you want. I don't mind, just given how tight end is this year. I don't mind going to Dalton Schultz here because with Tank Dell out, he could pick up a few extra targets as he's a more trusted receiver than some of those other guys like Mechie and whoever else they got over there on the bench. I can't even remember. I think Woods is over there still. He's a little more trusted pass catching than some of those targets. So Dalton Schultz is in play for me, but Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs will be my favorite 2 pairing options with CJ Stroud here. All right. Now, your second stack I will have my eye on this week is Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals going against these Carolina Panthers. This game could potentially turn into a shootout, man. If this Carolina offense has really found some life behind Andy Dalton under the helm, and they can get some things clicking. This Bengals defense is not that good, man. We just seen the Commanders shred them up live in front of the world. So if this Carolina Panthers team has gotten a little life with Andy Dalton, this could potentially turn into a shootout because this Bengals defense is not that good. And the running game is not that strong. They haven't been able to run the ball. Now, they're projected for 26 points here. A lot of that's gonna come through the air, man. That's why I like getting the Joe Burrow here. You know exactly who to pair him with, Jamar Chase, and I don't mind any of these three right here. I'm not really gonna mess with the tight ends because of, it's Gesicki. They say they like the kid. All who knows how that playing time is gonna go. So I'm gonna stay away from that. And these will be my top three pairing options with Joe Burrow, man. Just Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Yoshi Voss here. I don't care how you do it. Just mix and match it, whatever you want to do, however the ownership goes here in this spot. But like getting the Joe Burrow. And then you can run it back in this spot. I don't necessarily think you need a run back with Houston and CJ Stroud going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. But you can definitely get to a run back in this spot with Carolina. Get to some Hubbard, some Deontay Johnson. You know those guys are drawing ownership over there. But like in the Joe Burrow, man, when I'm trying to get away from some of that Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels ownership. And then rounding it out to give you a value piece to compete with some of these other value QBs down here. I do not mind going to Mr. Justin Fields here at 5,500 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Listen, last week the Steelers offense showed they had a little wiggle, may have a little life to it. And if that's the case, this is a great spot to continue it because this Colts defense has it's just not good, man. They can't stop a nosebleed right now, man. Sign me up for some Justin Fields, and I don't need him to do nothing crazy at 5,500. And the great thing about Justin Fields, you know exactly who to pair him with. He just throwing the pickings, man. You can skinny stack it right here and get some of this Pittsburgh offense. I'm actually gonna bet the Pittsburgh Steelers over their implied team total. I think it's 20 points right now. I'm gonna actually take them over that because I think they can get going on the ground, and that's gonna open up the play action up top to Pickens. If you really feeling froggy, man, I don't mind doing this right here and just getting all this Pittsburgh offense. I think they go over the implied team total against a bad Indianapolis Colts defense right here. But I like getting the Justin Field at 5,500. Just give me something similar to what he did last week, man. 250, a touchdown, and run one in. If he add us another touchdown, it don't matter if it's in the air or on the ground. I would prefer it on the ground, but we'll be sitting pretty right here, man. I like getting the Justin Fields at 5,500 so you can get cheap at your quarterback spots, all right? Now, going to the running backs, your thumbnail at the top, man. Give me Saquon Barkley, 8K. I don't know how he's not one of the higher owned plays on the slate, but it's his offense. If Devontae Smith and AJ Brown are out, man, he's gonna get he may get 40 touches. Like I know you Tampa Bay Buccaneers are gonna be scheming to try to take him away, heavy boxes, but they're gonna use him in the passing game. They'll motion him out. Listen, trust me. Saquon Barkley is finna get everything he wants, and I'm not really worried about the defense keying on him, man. I'm gonna get to some Saquon Barkley, especially with him coming in at lower ownership, and there's nobody really else to pay up for on the slate outside of Justin Jefferson. There's no Tyreek Hills. There's no real top pay up options at wide receiver. So where you gonna spend your money at, man? Give me Saquon Barkley. I take my chances right here at 8K. That's how the great ones be great, man. When everybody's keying on them and you know they trying to stop you, you still make it happen. I like getting the Saquon Barkley 8K. I hope his ownership keep falling. Sign me up. Now, your next two running backs, man, if you're not if you're not playing Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels, you're going to fade them. I think you got to get to my next two running backs. I'm going to go on and put them up here. And that's Brian Robinson and James Conner, man. I like going to both of these running backs in any lineup. I don't have Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels. Just give me these running backs. Hopefully the passing, the receivers get stopped on the one a couple times, and I need these two guys to come in and vulture two touchdowns. That's how you fade and be successful. Fading Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels is these running backs that get you two, maybe three touchdowns. You know the Arizona Cardinals want to run the ball with James Conner, so if he gets going, they'll continue to let him pound away. He's getting all the goal line carries. So is Brian Robinson Jr. with no Austin Eckler this week. He should get as many touches as he can handle. I like getting to both of these running backs here this week in my spots where I'm fading Kyler Murray and Jaden Daniels. They're great plays even in those lineups. Like I think you can put Connor with Kyler Murray and stack them together. And the same thing with Brian Robinson Jr. I think you can stack him with Jaden Daniels. But in lineups I don't have those QBs, I'm definitely going to try to get leverage against those stacks by going these two running backs right here. All right. And then to point out a couple of wide receivers for you this week. I know y'all said y'all wanted some receivers, so I'll point some out here. Like I said, it's a lot of questionable tags at receiver this week, as you can see on the screen here. So we definitely gonna need that practice reports today and seeing what's exactly what out here this week. But if he's good to go, man, I don't mind getting to some Mike Evans here at 7K. And he's going to be a perfect leverage spot to all that Godwin ownership. Godwin is coming in probably double, triple the ownership of Mike Evans. Mike Evans not getting any ownership right now. He's a big part of this Tampa Bay offense. I know Godwin's having a better year so far, but don't forget Evans can easily get it done as well. And he's going to be heavily involved in a game I expect him to be playing from behind. So give me some Mike Evans if he's good to go at the wide receiver spot. And another spot I think is to get some leverage is going to these Carolina receivers, man. I like going to Leggett here. A lot of people are looking at Mingo. He's seeing double the ownership of Leggett right here. And I don't particularly know why that is. I mean, I get that he's 3,300, but Leggett saw the most of the reps, and he's their top draft pick. So I don't know why people are going to Mingo over Leggett, but I definitely will get to Leggett. Is he getting low single digit ownership here? And I like this Carolina offense to fight back against the Cincinnati Bengals. So give me some Leggett, perfect for your Joe Burrow stacks right there. If Joe Burrow pick up ownership, I think running back with Leggett as opposed to Deontay Johnson or Mingo is a great way to get leverage on those stacks. All right. And rounding it out for you, man, at your tight ends this week, it's plain and simple. Just give me Dallas Goedert. Like, if A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are out, just give me Dallas Goedert. Like, they have nobody else to throw the ball to. It's going to be the him and Saquon show. I don't mind putting Saquon together. If you playing Jalen Hurts and you wonder who to stack him with, it's Saquon and Dallas Goedert. If you go Hurts, Saquon, and Goddard, you probably can get every Eagles touchdown, man. Almost every Eagle. You probably do get every Eagles touchdown. That's all they have with those two-star receivers out. I like getting the Goddard here at 5,100, and I like the fact that he's not garnering a lot of ownership right now. May go up by the time Sunday get here, but you can sign me up for Dallas Goedert in this spot. All right. At your other tight end, man, if I'm paying down, you still can stay in that Carolina Cincy game. That's one of my favorite games to target outside of the prime time one everybody's going to be in. If I'm paying down at the tight end, I'm looking at Tommy Tremble here, 2,700 for these Carolina Panthers. We saw him return and get most of the work, just sending Jatavian Sanders back to the bench, which sucks. I played in week one. He still didn't do much under Bryce Young. I wish he could have got some work under Andy Dalton, but Tommy Tremble is here, and he's seeing all the reps. I like this offense to move the ball against this Bengals defense. I like Tommy Tremble. He's involved in the offense. And listen, man, at tight end, it is going to be a dog. It's a street fight every week, man. Just take what all you want is targets, and just got to hope you fall in the end zone. It's going to be a rough year at tight end. Play who you like. Give me Tommy Tremble at 2,700. And then also staying down in that range, man, I don't mind going back to Brenton Strange from the Jacksonville Jaguars, provided Evan Ingram is still out. It's another team I expect to throw a lot. Trevor Lawrence should probably have 40-plus pass attempts in this game. I expect him to be playing from behind early against this Houston Texans team who's looking for a statement win to get the season really going for them. Brenton Strange is going to get all the work here. Sign me up. I know the offense is not that good, but it's just sheer volume right here, man. Like I said, I expect Trevor Lawrence to throw the ball over 40 times in this game. So give me some Brenton Strange, all right? There you have it, man. Your 3 plays across the various positions this week. Any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below in the comment section. Holler at me on Twitter, man. Y'all know I'll respond as soon as I see it. That's going to do it for us here today. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I'll catch y'all next time, all right? Let's get it.